Welcome to a weekend in Kennebunkport. This tape is addressed to all those people who have responded positively to our invitation to come to Kennebunkport, and for those people who are still on the fence, believe it or not. So we wanted to make an argument about why it would really be fun for you to come to Kennebunkport, and those people who had conflicts and could not come wanted to give you a little taste of what the event really was going to be like. We're starting the first scene right in the deck in my backyard where a lot of the events are going to occur. And we'll head on next to the pond where we can continue on with the chronology of the weekend's events. So follow me. We're back to the deck up here in Kennebunkport. And I wanted importantly, some of the additions we've made to the new deck since many of you may have been to visit last time. For instance, some of you may have remembered a swamp that we had out here. Well, too many mosquitoes, too obnoxious, so we changed the swamp so we would have a little bit more of a haven for all the ducks and the Canadian geese that like to come through here in the summertime. And I wanted, we set up this party so that the parents would have a lot of fun, but we also encouraged everybody to bring their children if they could. Sorry, I'm in the way of the thing. And so in order to make everybody, all the children feel welcome, although we don't have room on the boat Saturday night, we will have room Sunday afternoon and Friday night to come to the parties we set up at the house. Wanted to let everybody know that we could go for a little rowing if we can get the water out of the rowboat. That's always the hardest thing. But sorry guys. But the rowboat is the most fun for children aged 2 to 10. I'm usually considered the best rowing captain. Most children have to wear the life vests. Even if they can swim, we figure anybody below their bar mitzvah age still have to wear a life vest. Now, we're ready. Now, the reason that we felt the most important thing to do, excuse me, forgot the chair. The reason we felt as the most important first shot should be of the rowboat was because that lets us show off the pond. It also is the favorite place that my nieces and nephews like to go. Okay. Now, what other activities, you ask, will we have for the younger generation at the birthday party? First, we've arranged for motorboat rides on Saturday afternoon from 11 till 2 at the Yachtsman Hotel, President Bush's favorite marina in Kennebunkport. Please sign up with Lisa in advance if you want a motorboat ride. Every 2 children has to be accompanied by at least 1 parent, because I have to concentrate on doing the motorboat riding itself. Friday night, children are also welcome to stop by. And Sunday afternoon, we're going to have lobster, bagels, and hamburgers. So please feel welcome. Now, the hardest thing about riding this rowboat is finally getting out. But, well, I'm having a little trouble here today, but okay, we got it. Now, the adults are allowed to go swimming in the pond whenever they want. The children are allowed to go swimming in the pond with adults and with their life preservers. Well, now that you've all survived your first boating experience with me, I hope you won't be apprehensive about any of the other events we have planned for your weekend in Kennebunkport. I thought I'd try to give everybody a little chronology of the events. We tried to publish them, but sometimes all the details aren't as clear as they might be. So I just wanted to run through some of the events of the weekend. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to call me or Lisa or Ann Jelin, who is the co-hostess of the party, anytime in the next few weeks. Well, our first event and the most important event is our plant tours Friday afternoon, commencing approximately 2 p.m. at the NRG plant. You'll get maps in the little packet that you get this tape with, so you'll know exactly how to get to the plant. We wanted to show everybody the world's most modern, highly efficient, and most thermally efficient insulating manufacturing plant in the world. You'll get a chance to interview some of the NRG sales personnel and meet some of our talented administrative people, as well as all of our research and development team. You can ask any questions, but don't expect us to reveal any trade secrets, especially to any competitors who are going to be at the party. Friday evening, August 9th, people are on their own. We've sent out different guides to the Kennebunkport area. People are free to make dinner reservations. Might be a good idea because I'm afraid the president is going to be in town that weekend, so some of the Secret Service people like to eat well. So you should make reservations at any of your favorite restaurants. We are going to hold a open house at my house from 6 till 12 on Friday night. Really not serving food, so you better be prepared to eat somewhere else, but we're going to have yogurt and fruit and cocktails. And feel free to stop by at any time from 6 till 12. And there's about 1 hour from about 8 till 9 where we'll have to be inside because they have mosquitoes. But besides that, we're not allowing any mosquitoes at the party. And people are going to be able to take pond rides or go swimming that night. We also promise excellent weather. So feel free to bring your children and any friends that you know in town, and just let Lisa know whether you're going to be coming by or not. Saturday, all day is free up till 4 o'clock. People can do whatever they want, go to the beach. There's going to be a little map in your packet of information we're sending you. You can go shopping in Kennebunkport. You can go to the trolley museum. You can take trolley rides. You can take a ride up to LL Bean if you want to. Lisa, who is also a co-hostess of the party, has arranged for babysitters if parents want to go off by themselves to play tennis or go bicycle riding. And you should try to let her know before you come up whether you're going to want babysitting. She's actually trying to arrange a little camp for everybody. I'd like to take any children who want to go on a motorboat ride from 11 till 2 on Saturday. And again, let Lisa know if you want to go on a motorboat ride, and I'd be glad to take you. Finally, on a Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, the buses are going to leave the hotels in Kennebunkport to head up to Portland, which is about a half an hour drive. I don't think we have any buses from the Portland hotels because they're very close to the Casco Bay lines where the boat is leaving from. And the boat leaves at 5 p.m. sharply from the Casco Bay lines, and you'll have a little map of that in your packet as well. And we're going to have a delightful Saturday evening sunset cruise of Casco Bay, one of the most beautiful bays in the world. 365, as they say, calendar islands in Casco Bay. And please, just in case, bring some warm weather clothes, because even in mid-August, Casco Bay could be a little nippy. We're going to have a klezmer band and a mimist and a caricaturist and a lot of fun on the Casco Bay lines, and I think it'll be a beautiful night, and we'll be able to come in just as the sun is setting over the Portland skylight. Lisa did anticipate rain, and if it's really raining and pouring, we have an alternate location, and we're going to give you a list of some telephone numbers, and why don't you just throughout the day check in that telephone number if you think that it will be might be inclement weather. And we're going to put a map of the alternate location in your little packet as well. So don't worry about bad weather. After the boat ride, the boat will get in about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Some of the buses are going to head right back to Kennebunkport, and we'll try to leave at least one bus up in Portland if people want to walk around town or check out some of the pubs in the Old Port area of Portland. And I think you'll find that it's very attractive, and there'll be real estate brokers at the bottom of the boat ramp if anybody wants to buy. On Sunday is also a free day. People are free again to go to the beach or to go out for breakfast or to go bicycle riding. We are going to try to have a little open house. We are going to have a little open house at my house again Sunday afternoon from 11 till 5. And we're serving bagels and lobster and steamers. And bring your own lox if you want any. And everybody is invited to come by. We'd like to know who's going to be coming and who's not going to be, but just feel free to pop in at any time during the day from 11 till 5. And we're going to have lobsters and steamers all afternoon. And we will have more rowboat rides if anybody's interested. If you have any questions or complaints or ideas or suggestions or gossip, please feel free to call me or Lisa anytime in the next couple weeks. We've set up 3 different telephone numbers as sort of a hotline during the weekend if anybody has any questions. If you can call the office up until 6 o'clock on Friday night. That's for out-of-staters, 800-343-1285, or in-staters, 800-287-8001. After Friday night, the office closes at sunset, we have a couple other telephone numbers. One number is 967-4171, and that's at the house, and there'll be somebody there all the time to answer any questions or take any suggestions. We also have 967-5862, which is the answering machine at the house if you want to leave a message. And finally, Lisa will have a mobile phone, which is 468-0438. So please feel free to over-communicate, as I like to say. Now, we'd like to introduce the two most important women in the party. And if you want to just follow me for a moment, you'll see the real people in charge of this event and the inspiration for the event. Now, the two most important people at the party are Mrs. Lisa Mills, who organized this whole event and got it all together, wearing the Kennebunkport, Maine t-shirt, and the inspiration for the party, Ms. Ann Jelin, Kennebunkport's favorite summer resident. And Ann and Lisa wanted to be filmed especially right over the hot tub because they're going to invite everybody into the hot tub. Ann says, don't bother to bring your bathing suit because they're not allowed in the hot tub anyway. We all know Ann is a little risque, but finally, I'll just, right before you leave, to show you one more little event. I just want everybody to understand that this whole experience should be a little bit bubbly for everybody. See you in Maine, August 9th, 1991. Thank you.
What's the damage like?
Ever since George Bush became president 2.5 years ago, a lot of people have been talking about the Kennebunkport-Washington axis. Well, we wanted to let everybody know that that axis is not only not one way, but it is not also entirely Republican. So we've included in this video message for you not only some information about Kennebunkport and where the president likes to hang out, but we have also inserted two important tape recordings. One is the testimony of Kennebunkport's most energy efficient entrepreneur before the Energy and Commerce Commission, Energy and Commerce Subcommittee, discussing the need for more energy efficient legislation. We have also included a tape of Kennebunkport's most environmentally sensitive entrepreneur and his testimony before the Environment and Public Works Committee regarding the phase out of certain chemicals. So if you'll just be patient for a couple more moments, you will be able to watch these two very important messages. And we'll look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. Thank you very much.
Jelin, and I'm founder, CEO, and president of NRG Barriers. I'm also a founder and a member of the executive board of the Polyisocyanide Manufacturers Association, on whose behalf I'm testifying today.
That's phone. Got it.
I live in a small fishing village on the coast of Maine that no one ever heard of until 2 years ago, named Kennebunkport. I have a small day sailor which is docked at one of the marinas on the Kennebunk River.
As the ice recedes from the ponds, fantasies begin about riding my bike down to the marina, hoisting the sails, and harnessing the renewable wind current caused by the temperature differential of the land mass and the rather frigid Maine waters. Only one thing interrupts this idyllic scene. The slip next to mine is occupied by a 26-foot speedboat named Fidelity. This boat has 2 large outboard motors and never leaves the dock without a flotilla of other multi-engine boats. The noise, the smoke, the waves, the fumes should buy something more for the owners of these gas-guzzling vehicles than my pristine wind-driven boat provides me. But no, these cigarette boats rarely go further off the coast than my little day sailor. Why doesn't this big man in the big blue boat named Fidelity take advantage of the natural energy source that blows by his windswept home each day? Guys around the marina claim the big man has been known to grumble, "We should have enough energy to recreate." Well, back to the reality of the marketplace. We're here in Washington and we're discussing America's energy future.
What's the answer to your question?
Wait, Jelin, he should sail more. Anyway, our product, urethane foam insulation board, is the most energy efficient product known to man. It truly represents the state of the art in energy efficiency. For that reason, the marketplace gives our product a 60% share of commercial construction insulation and a 50% share of residential construction. As a result, our contribution to the Made in America energy policy is phenomenal. The Department of Energy figures suggest that each year's production of our product of rigid foam will save approximately 60 million barrels of oil. 60 million barrels of oil. 1 month's production of Kuwait for July, 20 days of fire for Kuwait in March. Your hearing this afternoon focuses narrowly upon the role of building standards in achieving energy insulation. Given the fact that residential and commercial buildings consume approximately 35% of our nation's energy, it is appropriate that your subcommittee begin its review of energy efficiency on this subject. Senator Worth, during your questioning of Assistant Secretary Davis at the full committee hearing on February 26, you zeroed in on the central conundrum facing policymakers. Can you achieve advances in energy efficiency in the building sector by simply allowing market forces to work when those market forces are dominated by the desire to hold down front-end costs? We think the answer is obviously no, and support what we perceive to be your desire to address this fundamental barrier to enhance energy efficiency. In our view, there is no one way to overcome market barriers to energy-efficient buildings. Rather, the best policy would be to reflect a mix of approaches, including adopting a strong minimum national standard, applying those standards to federal buildings, and, to the extent possible, buildings which utilize federally guaranteed mortgages. Encouraging states to adopt the codes that equal or exceed these minimum standards by increasing energy grants to states that exceed the minimums, and conversely, decreasing state grants to those states that fall below minimal federal guidelines. Next one, providing economic incentives either from taxpayer or ratepayers for builders to use construction methods that result in energy savings in excess of those that would have been saved by simply meeting the appropriate energy standards. Finally, ensuring that homeowners are provided accurate information regarding the energy efficiency of their homes, and that the financial community take energy efficiency into account in making loans. S341 makes important strides in achieving this mix, and we support the bill on that basis. We do believe, however, that the measure could be strengthened consistent with good sense. One short suggestion that we've discussed with your staff is a requirement that federal building standards that have been developed pursuant to S341
304 of the Energy Conservation and Production Act should reflect and promote appropriate industry-adopted standards. I see the light's going off, so I'll finish up. Finally, we believe it is appropriate for your committee to consider economic incentives, both for states and private building sectors, to meet or exceed the minimum standards. While tax issues in particular are obviously not matters within this committee's jurisdiction, it is certainly an issue which should be considered at the appropriate point. Mr. Chairman, thank you for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you, Mr. Jelin.
The Kennebunks, a narrated tour, is sponsored by Bailey's Fruit and Produce, where you can get all your fresh fruits, vegetables, and deli products. By Port Lobster, get fresh lobster and fish to enjoy while you're here or have them packed for travel. And by Kennebunk Beach Realty, where your dreams can come true.
For fresh fruits, crisp vegetables, and premium deli meats and cheeses, come to Bailey's Fruit and Produce. Make your own cool, crisp salad from the salad bar, or choose a fresh deli sandwich packed with Boar's Head brand premium deli products. Having a party? Party platters and gift baskets are available for all occasions. Don't forget a healthy snack of Colombo frozen yogurt and yogurt pies, sure to cool you on those hot summer days. Bailey's Fruit and Produce, Route 35, Lower Village.
Fresh live lobsters by the pound are cooked and ready for takeout. That's what you'll find at Port Lobster, a family business in the heart of Kennebunkport. Port Lobster has fresh local fish and lobster, shrimp and crab rolls made for takeout. Order some hand-picked lobster meat, great for stews, salads, or chowders. Port Lobster will cook your lobster at no extra charge. Ship some to your friends and relatives or pack them for travel. We have gift certificates too. So whether you're preparing for a picnic or fancy dinner, drop by Port Lobster on Ocean Avenue in Kennebunkport.
We specialize in character. We specialize in charm. We specialize in style, designed to fit your taste. We're Kennebunk Beach Realty, specializing in the buying, selling, and leasing of the finest properties in the Kennebunks. We know that each part of your investment is important and will help you find the property of your dreams. Come visit us in Lower Village and browse through our wide selection of listings in a wide range of prices. There's a home just waiting to be yours at Kennebunk Beach Realty, where we make your dreams come true.
Here, near beaches and quiet harbors that lead to the open sea, you'll discover the Kennebunks. Long ago, sea captains and sailors were drawn to this place, and now you will follow the paths they took. Kennebunk and Kennebunkport, two small Maine towns on the Atlantic coast. Friendly coastal villages, treasured by those who have been here and those who have come to stay. The towns of Kennebunk and Kennebunkport take their names from the Indian word meaning large stretch of water at rest, which refers to the Kennebunk River. The earliest settlement was named Cape Porpoise and included Kennebunkport, Cape Porpoise, and Goose Rocks Beach. The settlement at Kennebunk was a part of Wells until 1820. Generations before the arrival of European settlers, Indians spent the summer months farming, hunting, and fishing on the banks of the Kennebunk. The Indians and earliest white settlers coexisted peacefully until 1675, when King Philip's War began. These Native Americans eventually lost control of the land which they had considered their birthright. Their camping place was on a spot near the mouth of the Kennebunk River called Indian Canoe Landing, now the site of Government Wharf. 200 years after their struggle with the white man, they were making summer camps once again. Penobscot Indians from Old Town spent their summers here, and eventually other families joined them. Penobscot and Passamaquoddy tribes were among the first Kennebunkport merchants to cater to vacationers. From their tents, they sold sweetgrass baskets and other Indian works. They also sold and rented birch bark canoes. The ladies of Cape Arundel could hire an Indian guide for the afternoon to paddle them upriver for tea. Most welcomed the Indians, for their coming was one of Kennebunkport's traditions. In the early 1600s, English settlers were drawn to the area because of the productive fishing grounds here in the Gulf of Maine. The coastal islands, like those near Cape Porpoise, proved to be an excellent base from which the fishermen could work. The inner harbors created by the islands provided safe mooring for ships, and the distance from shore allowed a certain amount of protection against surprise Indian attacks. Today, the fishermen of Cape Porpoise daily make their way to the harbor. They set forth to harvest the sea which supports them, just as their forefathers had done. Drive out to the end of Pier Road in Cape Porpoise, and you can witness this daily ritual, which has been a part of the area for over a century. Fishing was not the only way of life for the residents of the Kennebunks. The year 1755 marked the beginning of the glory years for the Kennebunk River. Shipbuilding had begun, particularly in the area surrounding Durrell's Bridge called the Landing. Over 20 shipbuilding firms from 1766 to 1867 crowded the banks of that 1 1/10 mile stretch of river. Each launching was an event, and hundreds turned out to see the schooners set sail. In 1890, the launching of David Clark's Golden Ball brought a crowd of nearly 2,500. This three-masted schooner was a full 3 decks high, weighed 1,273 tons, and was 188 feet long. Today, her nameplate hangs in the Graves Memorial Library in Kennebunkport. Although ships are no longer launched in the Kennebunk River, the boat-building tradition lives on at the Landing School, located on River Road just past Durrell's Bridge. The Landing School offers courses in wooden boat building and design. Students can be seen daily working on the boats they have been trained to build, and visitors are welcome. Much of the history of shipping and shipbuilding in the area has been collected and is available from the Kennebunkport Historical Society, located at the intersection of North Street and Old Cape Road. Out front, you'll find the old fog bell from the Goat Island Light in Cape Porpoise, and to one side, the original small office building of the Clark Shipbuilding Yard, which is now open as a maritime museum. Virtually none of what we consider the downtown section of Kennebunk existed in the early years of the community. However, the inland population gradually grew as businesses took advantage of the abundant natural resources. In 1758, Colonel Joseph Storer began an extensive lumbering operation on the Mousom River with a sawmill and dam built on the present site of the Lafayette Center. This sawmill brought a large number of workmen and their families to Kennebunk. These families helped develop what is now Main Street, Kennebunk. By the turn of the 20th century, the shipbuilding era was coming to a close. The ability of railroads to transport local freight had put an end to the coastal fleet. But ironically, as the railroad was taking business away from the sea, was bringing to the area its newest economic base, the summer visitor. The first passenger train ran in 1873. At the height of summer, outgoing passengers crowded the platform, and carriages from nearby hotels and boarding houses awaited the incoming guests. The river provided the main source of entertainment for these seasonal visitors, be it swimming, rowing, sailing, or canoeing.
One of the main attractions to the Kennebunk area today is the Kennebunk beaches. The sparkling Atlantic, with its invigorating salt water, white sands, and endless tidal pools, is among our most precious natural resources. Up the coast in Kennebunkport, you'll find Goose Rocks Beach, a quiet and subdued beach. Any native can tell you how to get to Goose Rocks Beach. You go to the Clock Farm and take a right. Tourists and natives alike enjoy the tranquility and the beauty of this wonderful beach. All are welcome. However, parking permits are required for residents and non-residents. These can be purchased at the Kennebunkport Town Office on Elm Street or the police station on Route 9 in Cape Porpoise. 3 more beaches lie along the Kennebunk seacoast just south of the river. Gooch's Beach is by far the most popular with its wide expanse of sand, especially at low tide. It provides a place for many natives and visitors to soak up the sun and build sandcastles. Kennebunk Beach, also called Middle Beach, has more rocks than sand, but provides an abundance of tidal pools for all to explore. The third beach, called Lord's Beach, has a playground for children. Locally known as Mother's Beach, this beach is protected from much of the larger ocean surf and therefore has gentler waves and a more gradual slope, making it a very suitable beach for small children. Parking permits are required for these beaches also, and are available at the Kennebunk Town Office or the police station on the weekends, both located on the corner of Main Street and Route 35. If you enjoy spending time on the ocean, there are many boat rides and excursions to choose from. Whether your interests lie in sailing, ocean fishing, whale watching, or just a pleasant short cruise, there are a number of charter companies and excursion boats on the Kennebunk River. Spending the day on board a whale-watching vessel is one of the most interesting and educational ways to experience the Atlantic Ocean. Some vessels like this one have their own marine biologist who's able to identify specific species of dolphin and whales, and many of them have been given names.
Today, some of the individuals that we came across would be Flask, a female that we see very, very frequently, female humpback, Half Moon, a male that we see fairly commonly, cow and calf, a mother and baby, a very friendly mother and baby, but not an individuals that we were able to identify on a day like today. There's many different humpbacks, so obviously we can't know every one of them, but someone like myself that's used to doing it normally can tell you and identify at least some of the individual humpback whales and tell you a little more about them as individual whales. Coming out and seeing an animal that weighs 50 tons being so close to you that you could almost touch it gets to a point where it's almost a spiritual encounter. You're getting so close to an animal that's so very much like ourselves in a lot of ways and also so very much different.
For those who never leave home without their clubs, there are 3 golf courses in the area: Cape Arundel Golf Course, Webhannock Golf Club, and the Dutch Elm Golf Course. The Kennebunks are also a good place to jog or ride a bike, but use caution along the narrow, winding roads.
At the same time the area was growing wealthy from its involvement in shipping and shipbuilding, the large homes of captains and craftsmen rose along the banks of the Kennebunk River. Many of the affluent taste and culture of that era have been maintained in Kennebunk and Kennebunkport to this day. One example is the Knot House, also known as White Columns. This Greek Revival house is located in the heart of the Kennebunkport Historic District on the corner of Route 9 and South Main Street. White Columns was built in the 1850s as one of only a handful in Maine to retain original wallpapers, carpets, and furnishings. In 1981, Miss Elizabeth Knott gave the house to the Kennebunkport Historical Society in memory of her brother Richard Allen Knott. One of Kennebunk's most famous and most photographed residences is the Wedding Cake House on Summer Street, which is also Route 35. Inspired by Milan's Gothic cathedrals, shipbuilder George Washington Bourne started carving the wooden house decorations in 1852 using only hand tools. He completed the work shortly before his death. The name Wedding Cake House comes from the legend that the house was built by an early sea captain in an attempt to console his bride for not providing a traditional wedding cake at their wedding. To see additional homes of a bygone era, take the walking tour of Kennebunk's National Register Historic District offered by the Brick Store Museum on Main Street in Kennebunk. The tour begins at the museum and includes many outstanding examples of 19th century architectural styles. The tour concludes at the Taylor Berry House, built in 1803 by William Berry. A Federal period residence, it offers a look at the lifestyle of a Maine seafaring and shipbuilding family. The Brick Store Museum is one of the centers for many of Kennebunk's historical activities. It houses permanent collections, historical archives, and an extensive reference library. The Brick Store Museum was built by William Lord as a dry goods store in 1825. It was the first brick building in Kennebunk. Throughout the years, it has been occupied by a tailor, lawyers, the Malsom Water Company, and the Good Templars and Rotary Club were at one time upstairs. The museum was founded in 1936. Each summer, you can view wonderful exhibits which add to the history of the Kennebunks. These include paintings, sculptures, and artifacts assembled from the museum's vast collections. For more information, contact the Brick Store Museum.
Getting around on foot in the Kennebunks is quite easy. We recommend that you leave your car at your inn or park at one of the town's surrounding parking areas. Parking is available at the Consolidated School on Route 9, about a half-mile east of the square in Kennebunkport, and at St. Martha's Church on North Street, just a few blocks from Dock Square. Some free parking is also available at many of the businesses in Lower Village. There is a town parking lot behind Allison's Restaurant in Dock Square, and on Main Street, Kennebunk, you can park in front of most downtown merchants. One of the best ways to see the area is on the in-town trolley. The trolley has stops including Kennebunk Beach, Dock Square, and many of the accommodations in the area. Enjoy this unique form of transportation through the village streets and along the rocky coast while listening to the informative tour guide. Shopping opportunities in the Kennebunks are almost unlimited during the tourist and holiday seasons, presenting a kaleidoscopic array of goods and keepsakes. Dock Square, in the heart of Kennebunkport, is probably the best known of the shopping areas. Lower Village, across the bridge from Dock Square, also has a variety of unique gift shops, restaurants, and bakeries, all within a short walk. Just up Route 35 on Main Street in Kennebunk, you'll find a vibrant business community with a wide range of shopping opportunities. The Kennebunks abound with exceptional and unique eateries, from takeout lobster, clams, and seafood to the most extraordinary gourmet feast. Whatever cuisine or atmosphere you desire, you're sure to take pleasure in the variety offered to you in the Kennebunks.
No visit to this area would be complete without a stop at the Seashore Trolley Museum on Log Cabin Road. The museum boasts one of the most complete collections of old mass transit vehicles anywhere. Enjoy a 3.5-mile ride on one of their authentic restored electric trolley cars. Pay a visit to the gift shop or take a close-hand look at restorations in progress, like the Boston Elevated Railway Station, which was brought here from Boston by seagoing barge. Kennebunks host a multitude of historical and modern churches of all denominations. They welcome travelers and tourists to a variety of services, which can be found listed in most newspapers and tourist publications. As you travel out Ocean Avenue past the mouth of the Kennebunk River, you'll see St. Anne's Church, a wonderful old stone building built over a century ago. The President and Mrs. Bush often attend services at St. Anne's during their local stays. One of the most spectacular shrines is the St. Anthony Monastery, also referred to as the Franciscan Monastery. St. Anthony's Monastery is situated across the Kennebunk River from Kennebunkport. Just follow Route 35 towards Kennebunk Beach. The area was first discovered by the French explorer Samuel de Champlain in 1604. After various entrepreneurial owners, the estate was purchased by Lithuanian Franciscans in 1947. In 1952, the Tudor-style house was embellished with the Shrine of St. Anthony. Magnificent and unique shrines and monuments are set in the beautiful surrounding gardens. There is also a wooded path leading to the boathouse, an exciting outlook to the Atlantic Ocean. Modern lodgings and accommodations are available for those seeking a weekend retreat or pilgrimage.
Many cultural activities are hosted in the Kennebunks. You'll find art shows each summer and numerous galleries with works in all media and styles. The major shows include the Kennebunk River Club Art Show and the River Tree Arts Outdoor Art Festival, which takes place on the first Saturday in August. River Tree Arts is one of the primary cultural organizations of the Kennebunks. In addition to graphic arts and writing, the programs of this group include children's programs and innumerable concerts throughout the year. Besides fine art, another subject of intrigue to visitors is antiques. With the Kennebunk's early and affluent heritage, the area is rich with original and period antiques. Some of these can be found at numerous auctions held during the summer months or at a number of shops in the area.
The natural beauty of southern coastal Maine has been preserved for all to enjoy at the Wells National Estuarine Reserve. Within the reserve, you'll find Laudholm Farm, the Rachel Carson Wildlife Refuge Lands, and the Laudholm State Park. This 4-mile coastal sanctuary is a natural ecosystem, home for a wide variety of resident and transient wildlife. A guided nature tour through the reserve can make for a pleasant afternoon. Along the rocky coast, two of Kennebunkport's natural wonders still delight and sometimes drench the summer visitor. Traveling out Ocean Avenue, you'll find Spouting Rock, a natural cleft in the rocks. With an incoming tide and the wind just right, it's easy to see how this place got its name. A little further down the road on the west side of a sand-bottom cove is Blowing Cave. Here, a natural cave has been hollowed out of solid granite by the forces of erosion and time. As the tide comes in, the ocean waves crash into the cave and make a roar that the Indians said was the voice of the Great Spirit. And just across the cove, you'll see what may now be one of our most famous landmarks, the summer residence of President and Mrs. George Bush. Presently known as Walker's Point, the peninsula was originally called Flying Point due to the abundance of seabirds, or Point Vesuvius, because of the spouting and crashing waves on its rocky shoreline. The land was purchased by the president's grandfather, George Herbert Walker, in 1902, and 2 cottages were built. There have been significant changes to the point over the years, but the G.H. Walker Cottage remains virtually unchanged since its completion. The building has 15 rooms, including 6 bedrooms and baths. When Bert Walker and his parents bought the land, they knew they were getting a prize location that would be enjoyed by their family for generations. The Bush's life in Kennebunkport is informal and highly visible, with sporting activities of all kinds, from tennis and golf to boating in Fidelity, the president's high-powered cigarette boat. Barbara Bush often spends hours happily working on what she calls her therapy. Large, active families are a Bush tradition. The Bushes can be seen frolicking about the grounds with their grandchildren, enjoying a warm summer's day. Of course, keep in mind that access in this area is restricted and enforced by the Secret Service and Coast Guard, especially during presidential visits. The end of summer does not mean the end of tourism in the Kennebunks. Autumn is a warm and colorful season. Shops and restaurants become less crowded, and you can observe the beautiful fall colors as you ride or walk through these postcard New England towns. Christmas time is always a festive and magical season in the Kennebunks. Christmas Prelude is held annually during the first weekend in December. There are concerts and tree lightings, caroling, beautiful holiday decorations, and you'll even witness Santa Claus himself arriving for the Christmas season by lobster boat. Most merchants, restaurants, and inns remain open through the holiday season. If you'd like more information concerning area activities, accommodations, dining, recreation, and other general information about the Kennebunks, please call or visit the Kennebunkport Chamber of Commerce, located at Cooper's Corner in Lower Village. Kennebunk and Kennebunkport. With such character and charm, it's easy to understand why the Kennebunks continue to be a special place for visitors year-round. Experience the folklore of the past and the splendor of the present that we have all come to enjoy in the Kennebunks.
The Kennebunks, a narrated tour, was brought to you by Bailey's Fruit and Produce, where you can get all your fresh fruits, vegetables, and deli products. By Port Lobster, get fresh lobster and fish to enjoy while you're here or have them packed for travel. And by Kennebunk Beach Realty, where your dreams can come true.
For fresh fruits, crisp vegetables, and premium deli meats and cheeses, come to Bailey's Fruit and Produce. Make your own cool, crisp salad from the salad bar, or choose a fresh deli sandwich packed with Boar's Head brand premium deli products. Having a party? Party platters and gift baskets are available for all occasions. Don't forget a healthy snack of Colombo frozen yogurt and yogurt pies, sure to cool you on those hot summer days. Bailey's Fruit and Produce, Route 35, Lower Village.
Fresh live lobsters by the pound are cooked and ready for takeout. That's what you'll find at Port Lobster, a family business in the heart of Kennebunkport. Port Lobster has fresh local fish and lobster, shrimp and crab rolls made for takeout. Order some hand-picked lobster meat, great for stews, salads, or chowders. Port Lobster will cook your lobster at no extra charge. Ship some to your friends and relatives or pack them for travel. We have gift certificates too. So whether you're preparing for a picnic or fancy dinner, drop by Port Lobster on Ocean Avenue in Kennebunkport.
We specialize in character. We specialize in charm. We specialize in style, designed to fit your taste. We're Kennebunk Beach Realty, specializing in the buying, selling, and leasing of the finest properties in the Kennebunks. We know that each part of your investment is important and will help you find the property of your dreams. Come visit us in Lower Village and browse through our wide selection of listings in a wide range of prices. There's a home just waiting to be yours at Kennebunk Beach Realty, where we make your dreams come true.
And now here's news about an award-winning restaurant in Kennebunkport.
Welcome to Windows on the Water. For 6 years, the home of award-winning cuisine at moderate prices in a setting that's fancy but not formal. Come on in, we'll show you what we mean. We're visiting with John Hughes, the owner and chef of Windows on the Water, high above the Kennebunk River in the village of Kennebunkport. John, could you tell us a little bit about the cuisine here at Windows on the Water?
Sure can. The style of our cuisine is basically neo-American cuisine. We take some of the old classics and we've brought them up into the 90s and added some interesting touches and twists and added some new spices. And one of the things that we specialize in is we do a variety of different styles. We will take salmon or swordfish or any of our fishes, and we will pan blacken with Cajun spices, or we'll saute or char grill or bake, whatever our guests would like. We find a lot of people who will dine with us several nights in a row who are vacationing in the area will come in. They can have the same dish prepared 5 different ways on 5 different occasions. They seem to really like that.
John, one of the best-known items on your menu combines 2 of the things Maine is famous for, the potato and the lobster. Can you tell us about this item?
We created the dish several years ago. It's a lobster stuffed potato. It was basically designed to be a brunch item, and it got so popular that we serve it all the time, and people come from all over the country, all over the world actually, to try Maine's potato stuffed with Maine's lobster.
And this has been written up in the New York Times?
Mm-hmm. New York Times and Bon Appetit, Gourmet.
Wow. Yep. Internationally famous from the lowly potato to the regal lobster.
Hey, it's what Maine is all about.
So seafood is one of the specialties. What about beef and fowl?
We have an extensive variety of beef dishes, duck and chicken as well. We run a number of specials. We have lamb, veal, pork. We try to vary the menu, and we try to make it as extensive as possible.
And one of the highlights, of course, at dining at Windows on the Water is the beautiful decor.
Well, thank you. We enjoy the decor and the view, and our guests do. It's nice to be able to be cooking and overlooking our guests and the water and the scenic boats with our California kitchen, which is exposed to the people, and they can come up and talk to us and ask us questions.
That's right. When you sit in the dining room here, you can see that you look out the window on the one hand, overlooking the river and the village of Kennebunkport. Turn the other way, and you're looking right into the kitchen where John Hughes himself is busily at work.
Most of the time.
So for a really special dining treat, visit Windows on the Water. Open for lunch, dinner, and Sunday brunch 7 days a week. Reservations suggested. Windows on the Water is on Chase Hill Road, near the intersection of Route 9 and 35 in Lower Village, Kennebunk.
Thank you for watching. We hope you'll enjoy all there is to see in the Kennebunks.
That's just the way it is, baby. Baby. That's just the way it is, baby. It's just the way it is, baby. That's just the way it is, baby. Baby. That's just the way it is, baby. Baby.
Yes, that's just the way it is, baby. The Rembrandt and your fresh mix station. It's 26 till. Eric Carmen and Amy Grant with her new one, Every Heartbeat, just ahead.
Many times I tried to tell you, many times you cried alone. Always I'm surprised how well you cut my feelings to the bone. Don't wanna leave you really, I've invested too much time to give you up that easy. To the doubts that complicate your mind, we belong to the light, we belong to the love. We belong to the sound of the words we both falling under. Whatever we deny or the grace, the words are falling. Close your eyes and try to dream. Clear your mind and do your best to try and watch the valley gleam. We can't begin to know it, how much we really care. I hear your voice inside me. I see your face everywhere. Still you say we belong to the light. We belong to the Father. We belong to the sound of the words we're falling under. Whatever we deny or embrace, the words are for better. We belong. We belong. We belong.
I run a comb through my hair and step out in the street. And the city's the color of green in the midsummer heat. Oh yeah. Jennifer's got her daddy's car. She's playing uptown on the stereo. We go cruising so close, the way they did long ago. My darling, turn the radio up for that sweet sound. Hold me close, never let me go. Keep this feeling alive, make me lose control. Baby, baby, when I look in your eyes, I go crazy. Fever's high with the lights down low. So take me over the edge, make me lose control. We put the top down hard, beat the moon in the sky. And the wind is so hot in our head, like a fire in July. Oh yeah. Jennifer's singing Stand By Me, and she knows every single word by heart. Was love always this good, or could this be just the start? Oh, baby, turn the radio up for that sweet sound. Hold me close, never let me go. Keep this feeling alive, make me lose control. Baby, baby, when I look in your eyes, I go crazy. Fever's high with the lights down low. Take me over the edge, make me lose control. Be My Baby comes on, and we're moving in time. And the heat from your touch makes me feel like I'm losing my mind. Oh yeah. And then they play back in my arms again. We close our eyes, we start remembering where we start to kiss. And now the feelings inside, and we just pray that this night never ends. Oh, radio up for that sweet sound. Hold me close, never let me go.
Not there. I know he's not cooking.
Maybe he's in the living room.
Yeah. Ooh, nice fire. TV's on.
He must be around somewhere.
Not in the sunroom. What if he's out in the hot tub? Doesn't look like anyone's gonna use the hot tub today. House. What do you think?
I think you're right.
There he is.
I think the greatest door of opportunity for any of you would be to come to my New Year's Eve party in Maine this year. Dark out in this sunroom, Billy. Can't you get any more sunlight in here? Well, I'll see what I can do, Claudette. One moment, please.
No.
Can't you get any more sunlight in here, Billy? That just looks like a lot of snow up there. Well, let's open one of the other skylight windows and see what happens. Well, that didn't do us much good, Billy, did it? Well, we have two more to try. One moment, please. Well, deductive reasoning would indicate that if 3 windows have snow on them, the 4th would also. Well, that just goes to prove that on every day a little snow must fall.
Look who's in there.
Hey, Billy! Why don't you all come to my New Year's Eve party?
I could try this again. All right. All right, one more time.
Tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
That's wintertime in Maine. Now that we can all see what we're talking about, just want to make sure everybody knows the party starts Friday night, December 29th, 1984. See you there. I had an opportunity to ruminate about some of the various opportunities that may present themselves to us through the 1985 winter season. I would like to honestly extend a heartfelt invitation to anybody who has the opportunity to see this short motion picture to come to Maine, Kennebunkport, this winter for a riotous New Year's Eve party. We have actually already accommodated all of our friends and relatives in some oceanfront accommodations, as well as throughout my spacious commode. Please RSVP 800-343-1285. I have one short postscript. I intend to use this short motion picture as a instrument not only to invite all of my intimate friends and relatives to my New Year's Eve party, but also as an attempt to make a short visual explanation about my personality to some potential women friends of mine. Women who may live in Maine, may live outside of Maine, but my feeling is, wouldn't want to just respond with a short narrative explanation about when I went to college, or if I went to graduate school, or how much money I made on the stock market last year. I'd rather give a rather visual, direct, personality-filled explanation to any possible woman who might someday be interested in maybe going to a movie with me or something. Therefore, if you are one of those lucky young women to get a free copy of this photojournalistic explanation, you could call me at 1-324-7745. My home number, which usually doesn't get put out over the airwaves like this, is 1-967-5862. Those aren't for relatives. Oh, excuse me. My name is William Jelin, Jelin, age 33, cross-country skier, sometime athletic personality, bicycle rider, Avon boat rider, cross-country skier, and enthusiastic of all things young, beautiful, exciting, energetic, and diverting.
In this world, not everything seems to be going downhill. Well, maybe everything is going downhill these days. What a winter wonderland we really have here.